I'm Kat Chaos.
And I'm Liz Gomez, also known as Hazy.
And you're listening to Scary Encounters with HazyChaos,
a podcast where we talk to some of our favorite bands and artists
as they share scary encounters they've experienced and live to tell. This episode of Scary Encounters is brought to you by
Anchor, podcasting made easy. Anchor.fm.
Mortis Vivendi, the last authentic music brand dedicated to helping musicians and promoting music. MortisVivendi.com.
HJ Tidy, Night Terror Publishing. Step into the bizarre world of HJ Tidy, who is committed to introducing his readers to some of the most unusual, darker variety of true stories. NightTerrorPub.com.
Sayasha Gianna, cosmic shaman, psychic medium, multi-dimensional healer, animal whisperer, teacher of empaths, healers, and starseeds. Are your encounters hitting too close to home? Contact Sayasha Gianna. Patreon.com/Sayasha.
Voided, spooky artist who offers hand-painted, one-of-a-kind items, spooky pins, prints, stickers, and more. Lost in a void of what is dead. Voided.com.
Hi, this is Alex Rizzo.
And this is Cassie Vision, and we are Octavia.
You're listening to Scary Encounters with HazyChaos.
Hello, I'm Kat Chaos.
And I'm Hazy.
This is episode 36 of Scary Encounters,
With HazyChaos.
and we'd like to welcome Alex, Rizzo, and Cassie Vision.
I don't know, I was going to go, pra, 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 pra.
I just burped. I totally just...
Welcome, ladies. How are you?
We're good.
Good now that I let that burp out.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Oh my God. Right when we start, you burp?
Yeah. I was trying to hold it in, but
Okay.
it came out probably on the mic.
Okay, let me
You're welcome, everybody.
When she sees red buttons, she has to burp. She has to
Oh
burp.
my God.
When I saw the wreck.
Yeah.
Burps in a jar.
Yeah.
With her beer in her hand.
We should sell the burps in the jar.
Dude, that would sell.
I mean,
Anybody listening, if you'd like to purchase a burp in a jar from any of us, let us know.
Yeah, let us know what you want us to drink.
Send a
prior
Coke,
to
yeah.
the
what
bur-
do we eat?
Yeah, because we can have like a burger flavor, you know.
It could even be our last meal.
Wow.
Like,
Oh,
you know what I mean? Right?
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, hold on a second. You guys, see, that's how you know we're comfortable already, because
You jumped into the next
yeah,
How else are we making money off this podcast?
right? We need,
What's
we
the
need
additional?
all the burps and all the farts. Anyways,
Whoa.
Alex and Cass, who are you? What do you do in this industry? Tell the people.
You go first.
We're like,
You go first.
we're artists, we're painters. We paint individually and also together as Octavia.
I'm an artist, and I paint, and I do graphic design, and I do sculpture, and I've just been recently getting into NFTs and the whole crypto universe and all that. So
NFTs. What are NFTs?
Yeah.
non-fungible tokens, but it's like art in like the digital space, but because it's connected to the blockchain, it just has like a I'm probably not explaining this well at all,
It's
but
backed up by blockchain.
yeah, it's encrypted with blockchain, so you know who the owner is, and like every time someone resells like some art, the owner gets like royalty, but I don't know, I haven't figured it out completely. This is like my first month in, to be honest.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I'm trying to just learn the new medium because that's where art's going these
Awesome.
days.
I
Yeah,
guess I need
eventually
to
there'll
learn
be
it.
some Octavia NFTs out there if anyone wants to put their bid in.
Dibs.
Dibs. We start fighting.
No, for
Yes,
real though.
do
You guys
it
are
now.
super talented.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Fuck yes.
I love how your art is like, it's kind of bright, but it has all this darkness behind it.
Yeah.
You know, it's so funny that you said bright because normally I don't know, the way that we do our art and what we like and what we're into, we kind of tend to be like, oh, we're dark. We're into dark art or cult and that whole thing. And somebody came and described the art as like Disney the other
Yeah,
day.
so it's so funny that you say that because I was just telling Alex earlier today that at my last art shows, I was like opening the question to like the people who came, if they had any questions about my art, and they were like, "What kind of movies do you watch? Like, what are you inspired by?" And I was like, "I watch a lot of like horror and thriller, and I hate comedies, is what I said. But I think with like the answer she was expecting, she was saying was like, oh, I would have expected you to say like Disney, and you watch like a lot of like animation. I was like, oh, I kind of see that now, and like. Because I do a lot of like a bright, cartoony, like surreal stuff.
Just vibrant.
Well, it's very demented. Like
Yeah.
it's really
Yeah.
dark. I really like her
Yeah.
as a shit.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Yeah.
It's creepy shit for sure.
I love that you just said that. It's demented.
Yeah.
And we
yeah,
love it.
If it is Disney
I like that word
inspired,
for sure. Demented.
I mean,
That's a good word.
the best Disney characters are all the villains, right? So.
Exactly. Who's your
Agreed.
favorite villain?
Ooh, that's a hard one. I love Hades.
Oh.
In Hercules, he's just like
Yeah.
a gay man that's just living his truth. You know, I love him.
I love Ursula. She's also like a gay
Oh,
lesbian.
she's a
I'm trying
lesbian.
to, like-
She's your
shit.
butch lesbian.
She's
you know?
hot, dude.
She's a hot bitch with hot tits
Ursula's
and
it.
a lot of legs. And are the legs or the arms? You don't know.
Whatever you want. It's whatever you want them to be. I think.
Either way, I'm down.
Either way, I'm intrigued.
I don't have suction, so that's good.
Either way, I'm getting sucked. You know, I don't need a voice around Ursula.
You guys are making me all hot.
That's what Ursula does to people.
I never,
All the lesbians in the crowd right now.
Yeah, right.
I never even thought of Ursula as a butch lesbian.
I didn't.
I
all
never.
the suction though.
All the suction.
Oh, the sex.
Whoa.
Oh my god.
Guys, this is Disney. How dare you.
Anyways,
I knew what they
okay.
were doing.
So-
They wouldn't give her those boobies if it wasn't for, you know.
That's true.
This is a great episode
She's a
already.
well-endowed
We're
lady.
5 minutes in.
And such a strong butch haircut.
Yeah, look at that strong butch updo, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't.
That's hot.
She's got
was
tentacles on
hot.
the top and the bottom, if you know.
Dang.
And she's dressed in black. I mean,
She's got a black gown.
She's got her
to
fag
die
hacks.
for.
She's got her fag hacks.
Jepsum
Oh,
and
you're
yeah,
right.
Jepsum.
and Slepsum.
Yeah, Jepsum, Fletsum.
You guys are so.
And then she's got her poor unfortunate souls, as we all do, as
I
career
am one.
lesbians. Yeah.
I am one already.
Yeah. that.
Fuck, dude.
This is
Okay. Hades and Ursula, the two gay ones of Disney.
You know, there's actually a comedian, and I'm so mad I forget his name, but he describes that, like, basically all Disney villains or just villains in cartoons they paint them gay, like the Sheriff of Nottingham and Robin Hood.
Oh.
He's like, that guy doesn't really care to steal Maid Marian. He just wants to marry her so that he can know what it feels like to have a wedding.
Oh,
So,
wow.
and then he describes Ursula as like a big butch lesbian, and the Transformers as
Jafar.
drag queens.
Drag queen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Jafar.
Oh my God, Jafar's so gay, right?
He's pretty hot,
he's
though.
very pretty.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
got those strong cheekbones.
Okay, what about Scar?
Isn't he Jafar in like lion form?
Scar actually reminds me of a shitty uncle, like in real life. Like it's kind of
Oh, no.
Dude, let's not bring up our uncles.
Oh, shit.
Family encounters.
Uh-oh.
That's a whole other podcast.
Yeah, it is.
Like on another like category or genre.
we should be therapist back.
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
we should have like a therapist sit here just in case we need her.
Yeah.
or him.
Sponsored by Sterling Therapy.
Or it's like
Right?
better help.
What were we talking about?
Sexy villains.
Oh, that's right.
What about
Sexy
Maleficent?
villains.
Do we have anything to say about Maleficent?
She's hot.
Oh,
as
she's
shit,
hot.
yeah.
That's
She's
what I
just-
gotta say.
She's hot
Yeah.
and she's angry, and I love the manic toxicity. She's a fun time.
Yeah, right?
I'm
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah.
What about Cruella?
Oh, Cruella, the OG Cruella, yeah.
OG.
Exactly.
Cruella.
I
She's-
feel like that had to be
yeah.
specified.
I feel like
Exactly.
the OG Cruella is a trans woman or something. You know, like a drag queen. I feel
Ooh.
like she's more,
drag.
She's
She's
drag. She's a drag queen. She's got that vibe, you know, the fashion, the
Dang.
looks,
But
And
she
she's
kills
so
puppies,
tall.
bro.
and she kills puppies. Okay, let's not put that on drag queens. The puppy
Yeah,
part.
man. Right in your face.
Right in your, like, in
Does
your
that work
mouth.
better?
I'm just kidding.
Wow. This
There.
is an
That's
Ursula's
way better.
tentacle. Is it?
It is. Is
Okay,
it
I'm
sucking?
gonna pretend. I'll suck it.
You'll suck the tentacle? Okay, we're going to have to sanitize the fuck out of that mic after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Definitely.
Or don't. We can sell it on Amazon.
Oh, yeah.
On
In a
eBay.
jar.
I mean,
In a jar. Who's the guy in Pocahontas?
Oh, Hernan Cortez, right? That's who he's playing.
Fuck, I don't know.
Is he playing Hernan Cortez or
I don't
Hernan?
know.
The villain? You're talking about the villain?
Yes.
Yeah, he's a conquistador.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's like an actual. It's based on
The
Cortez.
dog is pretty gay.
yeah.
The dog, the evil dog,
The pug?
bulldog,
the pug,
He's a pug.
First of all dogs are like, they don't even care about sexuality.
They're fluid.
Yeah.
I know they don't
But that
care.
dog serves.
He is.
He's giving. You know.
Aw.
Anyways, getting
Anyway,
off topic.
so back to your art.
I'm so sorry. Yes, back
yeah,
to the
back to
artwork.
the art, yeah.
So, do you guys have anything coming up?
What's going on tomorrow?
Oh,
yeah.
tomorrow we have a busy day. We are repainting a mural that we have with a couple of other artists on Melrose in Hollywood. Dirk Cobain, Phobic, Burke. There's Red Mummy. A couple of other artists got added in as well. And we're repainting a mural as a group. And then later on in the day, we have an art show as well.
At what time would people? Well, actually, by the time this episode
Yeah.
airs,
It'll be
Yeah.
out. But they can
So-
go see the mural.
Oh,
There you
okay.
go.
And
You're right.
on Melrose. It's high fidelity piercing shop on Melrose in Hollywood.
Yeah, on Melrose and like Formosa, like
Formosa.
right across the street from Lala's, that restaurant.
Lala's Argentine Grill.
And it's in the same spot where you painted the rat.
yes,
right?
So we're painting over the rat that used to be also another rat before.
You know, it'd be cool if you guys can, if it's not too much of a hassle. Maybe we can find a picture of the original and then post an
Oh, hell yeah.
after
yeah.
Yeah.
for the recap photos.
Yeah,
We
we
can.
have a couple of for
Cool.
sure.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think
sure
there's some
everybody's curious about
action shots of you guys actually working on it, right? I think I saw a couple.
that. Dope.
They're dope, dude.
Yeah, you are.
So real quick, so who, like, do you guys each have a role when you guys paint together? Like, I'm working on color, I'll work on line work, or vice versa, or how
What's
do you?
your process?
Yeah.
I feel like we kind of attack each piece differently sometimes.
I was gonna say the same thing. Yeah, it depends on the piece. If it's like the mural, the wall, which is something newer for me, especially with this spray can.
Oh yeah.
That's really new for me. I used to do like stencil work before, but never like full on mural. So we do concept first. So Cass will maybe like sketch out, and then we work on the idea together, and then just kind of fill in the blanks back and forth. On canvas, at first I started doing like a lot of backgrounds, a lot of abstract, and then she'd paint over, right? You do like a character.
I mean, that's
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
how we started at first
Yeah, at
because
first.
Alex was just kind of getting into like painting and everything. But it was really cool just seeing how, like, I've like now like seeing it. I wouldn't even call it backgrounds, but that's how we set it up at 1st But really, she was kind of setting like a template and like a whole like I don't know kind of mood for like what the painting could be.
Color
And-
palette.
Yeah, and like she's really really good with like colors and like technique of how you even put color and paint like onto a canvas. Like it was really cool watching her paint because I had never really started a painting like the way I seen her start a painting. So I mean, yeah, it started off that way first, where she would paint the background and I would do like my sketchy thing on top of it. But after that, I kind of started wanting to switch up like my technique too, and like even how we start paintings. and all
Yeah,
that
we
stuff.
even started doing like back and forth, and I think that works really cool. Like work on it, then you work on it, then I work on it.
That's very cool, you guys. Your
Hell
guys'
yeah.
style together evolved over time.
It definitely has
Awesome.
changed.
It's the
Yeah.
chemistry and vibing with each other, getting to know each other's
Energy.
Yeah.
I think as an artist too, you just want to keep growing and not like stay stale or like just. I think I don't know. It feels better to keep growing and keep learning. So like I was like, because I've been an artist like for a really really long time, doing the same thing over and over, and like not doing the same thing, but like I was kind of stuck in like my routine of how I start and do things, and so it was cool like starting to do paintings with Alex because I kind of broke out of that and started doing things differently too.
Do you think it's because of your like your stamp on your artwork? Like you want people to recognize your art? Was that holding you back at all?
No, I don't think so. I think it might have been more my like traditional training and what I was always comfortable with starting.
Did you go to school for that?
Yeah.
Where'd you go?
I went to the Art Institute.
Yeah, so that's like what's really crazy about like our art. She's technically trained.
Yeah.
And so she's got a lot of concepts and stuff that she's learned in school, and she's able to apply that because she's obviously just a great artist, period. But I'm like wild child, like I know nothing. I break all the rules all the time. I don't care. I'll use acrylics like watercolors, and I just don't care about medium or anything, and I just.
But I feel like I learn a lot. I feel like that helped me even more. Like as an artist, I'm like, oh yeah, like it's not just this. I don't know, this one way. Like like
Yeah, it's really cool. There's a healthy balance there.
yeah.
There's structure and then there's wild. It's
Yeah.
almost like left and right
That's
side of the
beautiful.
brain.
It's yin and yang. That's sick, dude.
I like that.
You guys are lucky to have each other. You guys are obviously best friends, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fucking cool.
You guys are a good team.
Yeah.
Really good team.
It's kind of like we like to create things together. And
Yeah,
have
it is.
ideas,
It's
support each other.
It's so hard to just be an artist on your own and then be a female artist in a sea of like dude artists. And not to say that, whatever, like dude artists are cool, but there is a boys club and it's hard to get in. And so it's easier when you have a pal, it's
Yeah.
easier to like feel like comfortable and you feel more safe and you just feel more yourself when you have your best friend that's like feeling the same things that you are and you're able to express that on a canvas or what have you.
Damn.
Yeah, you can really tell that you guys are on the same frequency.
Exactly. Literally on the same wavelength.
Yeah, you guys are fucking hilarious. I
That's-
think we
that's
spent like 2 hours before recording just fucking.
No, we just bullshitting.
We
Yeah,
hardly
you guys
ever
are
do that.
hilarious.
Sometimes we, maybe 30 minutes and then we get into it. I think it was like 2.5 hours.
I was like, maybe we should get some work done.
You're like, yeah, can we record this shit?
no, but that's fucking cool. I'm really happy for you guys and your success.
You know what? Real quick,
Uh-huh.
I am terrified of spiders.
Uh-huh.
But it's all that you did a tarantula recently.
Oh, I just did that.
that was
Cass.
you?
Yeah,
Okay.
Oh.
She actually hates that one because she has like tryptophobia.
So
She
like,
does too.
I have
Yeah.
tryptophobia.
Arachnophobia. Yeah.
I like tryptophobia is like when you have a fear of like clustered circles and it like grosses you
Bitch,
out.
is that what that's called?
Yes.
I have that.
Or trypophobia. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Someone will
something like
email
that.
you.
You know
or correct
what?
You on
Just
that.
thinking about it, I'm feeling uncomfortable.
Yeah,
Oh
it'll make
my
you
God.
sweat. It makes you.
You can't even
nasty.
think about it. Yeah.
I can't. You drew a spider with that?
With a lot of eyes.
I
on
haven't
the back.
seen it.
Don't
I
look
haven't-
at it.
okay,
I
I'm not.
honestly, I was like, that's really cool, but I'm not gonna look at it anymore. It's hard to do.
Isn't it ugly, dude?
You know what? What really creeped me out was also all the hair you were adding onto it.
Ooh.
But I stuck by it because I was like, I mean, as much as I hate spiders, this art is dope.
I love
Spiders
that
are
I
awesome,
could
though.
draw something that's not real and people could get sick from it, dude.
What
Yeah,
do
it
you
does
mean
make
not
me
real?
sick.
So it,
It's
there's
lines.
eyeballs?
No, I'm just it's pencil. It's graphite on a piece of
Oh,
paper.
I get you.
Yeah.
It's nothing.
Yeah,
And,
but it
like, you saw an
exists,
image and
though.
you freaked you
once,
out.
once it's created, it exists.
Dude,
Yeah.
holes. What is
You
it?
know, the
Yeah,
thing
like
about
trypophobia, like all those like porous,
Oof.
like
Honeycomb?
Honeycomb.
Yeah, yeah.
Honeycomb is not that bad unless it's
bad.
like deep.
I can't.
Like if it's shallow, it's less fucked up. But
You know
if
what's
it's
even-
deep,
Isn't that bizarre? I wonder why our
a
brains are
lot
like
of people
that.
are. My brother is the same way. We realized it when we got my mom a bouquet of roses for like flowers for Mother's Day, and it had that like plant that's like
Yeah.
oh no,
and both of us were like, take that out.
burn it.
He's like, oh,
I
you
wonder
hate that
why
thing.
that's weird.
I feel like my theory is you think of it as being pores and on your skin.
Oh, I hate it.
Dude.
It makes me crawl.
Oh my God.
Like if I probably looked at this microphone too long, it
Look
fucked
away.
me up.
Look away.
No, but they're not holes.
But
look at
it's-
him. Look at
I
him.
know,
It's
but it
hash.
does.
It's a bunch of squares.
I get what
and
you
it's
mean.
woven.
I get it.
Eventually,
That doesn't get me though.
Ew, but then I mean, I have arachnophobia.
Yeah, you do.
I'm terrified of spiders.
Really?
Yeah.
I used to be terrified of spiders and irrationally kill them all the time. And my niece, who's 10 now, but when she was like a baby, she loves bugs.
Oh wow.
Like on her own. No one taught her.
Cool.
And my brother and my sister-in-law were like, let her, because if she doesn't have a fear of it, let's not give it to her.
Then
I'm
why
like,
kill 'em,
let her
right?
explore
Yeah.
it. But this girl wants tarantulas. So at 2 years old, they got her a tarantula. And then they got her another one. So
Okay,
she
Billie
has
Eilish.
2. She
Yeah.
loves her spiders. And
Wow.
one day we were in the car and she was like telling me, she was 4 at the time. She's like, I have 2 tarantulas. One's really nice. Her name's Priscilla. Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, by the way, is what she's named after.
Wow.
The drag queen movie.
Love it.
And then the second one she named Princess, and it's like actually has like high levels of venom. So that one she really can't hold or anything. It could kill her because she's younger, but she feeds it to like a trap door. She feeds it mice, and she's like, so I have a nice one and an evil one. And I was like, well, why do you have a spider if it's evil? And her response was, because I want to take care of it. And that perspective, I was like, whoa, okay. So like, doesn't matter how gross or creepy or evil something you think is.
Yeah.
If you want, it needs to be taken care of, you know?
What was Sayasha telling us that spiders are actually
Feminine.
it's feminine energy.
Yeah.
It is Charlotte's Web.
Oh.
You know, she's terrific pig. She saved that freaking pig, dude.
Spiders are usually like depicted as like women too, like right?
Yeah, because they always say we weave webs and we
Black
we
widows.
trap men.
Oh,
And
Black Widows, yeah.
oh, Black Widow, a dude. Careful.
Shit.
What? Yo, Black Widow, dude?
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
Dang. Every dude we follow that follows us is unfollowing us right now. But you've gotten better with spiders, I think.
Yeah, I have. Instead of like
I capture and release now
Even
because
the,
of my knees.
Even the picture I drew creeped you out. Even a picture, or like a drawing.
I mean,
freaks you out?
I watched the whole thing. But I was just like,
Oh,
like I
you
still got
did
the chills.
I got the chills for the different reason. 'cause
Oh,
of
I didn't
eyes.
even see it.
You're adding the hair. I'm like,
Yeah.
I
no,
kind
but
of want to see it.
same thing like with spiders. Like, I mean, I haven't been to this part of my process where I can see a mama spider have a bunch of baby spiders.
Oh, no.
Oh, that will turn it up worse. But the trypophobia, like multiply it by 100
Yeah,
when they're birthing.
exactly.
Out of
Frogs
it.
with their eggs on
Oh,
their
bitch.
fucking
I can't do that
Stop
shit, bro.
it.
No, it's a no for me.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
I'm gonna throw this mic across the room right now. It's awful.
No,
I don't
no,
wanna-
No,
Dude,
it's a good mic.
I'm not going to say it on
Like,
air.
please do not.
No, please.
I'm thinking about it.
Moving on.
Moving on. Anyways, so
Back to art. What else do you guys have to plug? I know you guys have that art show tomorrow. Well, the mural on Melrose.
Okay, yeah. Okay, we have tomorrow. We're gonna have a mural on Melrose. So anytime you could cruise down Melrose and check out the mural we have on like at Melrose Avenue in Formosa, above Hi-Fi
And come into the shop.
Body Piercing.
Our friend that owns the shop unfortunately had like a medical emergency, and we're trying to fundraise as much as we can. So come into the shop, get a piercing, buy an art piece, clothing, whatever they sell. Come support it. It goes to his recovery. Yeah.
what's his name?
Shout out to Richie.
Yeah, our friend Richie, who owns Hi-Fi Body Piercing, he's a really cool guy. He like supports local artists. He lets like people like us repaint his wall like
20
thing
times, like
all the time to just keep it like active with the community and everything. And he has like emo nights at his place, and he has comedy nights. He's really cool and like likes
Really
to connect with his
sweet.
community too. So
yeah, really big fan of the arts in all senses. Like coolest guy ever. So we just want to see him do well and be back in the shop.
That's
so
awesome.
come through, buy some stuff.
We should go meet him someday.
Yeah, it'd be
Yeah.
nice.
Sure.
He's a cool dude. Get some piercings once he's back in the shop.
Nice. Yeah.
That's so cool.
We'll make sure to mention him in the recap photos as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sweet.
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
a cool guy. And then we also have an art show happening Saturday and Sunday at Smog City Brewery.
But by the time this podcast comes out, that might be.
It's okay.
Well,
They
we'll
can
still
go to
share
your-
your guys' flyers.
They can go to your guys' pages and see some,
Yeah, our
pictures.
Instagram's always available. It's Octavia Cult. Our website is also octaviacult.com, and there's some fun stuff on there. Merch going to be released soon, so you can check it out there.
Tell us more about the brand.
We'll take one of everything.
Yeah,
Where
right.
did I mean seriously?
Two. Sorry, there's two of us. Two of everything.
Octavia Cult. Where did the name come from?
Honestly, Octavia came from when we were trying to brainstorm a name for our duality and our combination. We just like creepy shit, and I like the idea of October being our Halloween month, and then feminized it. And we did some research behind the name, and like Octavius, the Roman ruler, right? I think. Apparently, his sister was Octavia, and she was running things and did her own thing, and it's just like that whole vibe. So,
That's cool.
yeah, we just kind of run with the
Women
Octavia thing.
empowerment.
Yeah. I liked it. It was kind of like October, and
it's
octopus is like a thing that we like to draw and paint a lot. So it just kind of all went.
And you love
Together.
Ursula.
We loved Ursula.
Reoccurring theme
We
here.
love her,
I took it back.
That callback.
I just cooled down.
Yeah,
I just cooled down.
My bad. I'm sorry.
It's getting steamy here
I'm
again.
sorry.
Shit.
Take it easy.
Back to the brand. The pins, dude. The pins that I purchased from you guys. It's a really cool design, you guys. It's a little tombstone, and it says "I'm fine," And I remember seeing it and I was like, fuck, I need that. Because it's like we were talking about earlier, obviously you're not fine. Like
Right.
you're dead, you're buried.
Yeah.
But you're still, even if you're dead and buried and you're not okay, like I'm fine, I'm okay. And it's so like, it's such a simple design. The line work is amazing, but it's so deep if you really like think about it.
It's one of those like simple genius type things, like
Yeah.
you know, like it's like it says
So
it all
fucking
within
good.
the smallest, simplest design.
And it's like such a cancer thing for me to say because I'd always be like, it's fine. I'm fine. And obviously I'm not. And it's like, truck through it.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of came from that. I was like, dude, I told her, I was like, what? Can we draw like a tombstone like that says I'm fine? It looks like this. She's like, what? Like, yeah, that's okay. And then we drew it out and it was like, okay, yeah, we like that.
It's
Fucking
so
fire.
good.
Yeah.
It's so simple.
You know what's funny is that me and my old best friend, we used to have this saying. Well, like we would ask each other, so how are you doing? What's up? Or what's wrong? Oh, everything and nothing.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yes.
You know?
It's that. It's
yeah.
that vibe.
Yeah.
for
no
sure.
shit, huh?
What's
That's a good
wrong?
one, too.
Everything and nothing.
yeah.
Everything and
with,
nothing.
With I'm fine, my sister, like I always used to know like how wrong something's going by how many times my sister said I'm fine. So
you go.
she said I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. I'm like, oh my god, we're fucked. We're fucked. Everything's
Yeah.
going wrong. It's like, dude.
Damn.
I'm fine is the polite way of saying we're falling apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely like a COVID thing too. Like
But there's hope.
yeah, it's like a pandemic.
Is that when you designed it?
A little bit before, but then when pandemic hit, that's when we made the pins, and it was like, yeah, this is a thing. I've painted it a couple of times on a couple of canvases, and it sells out.
Yeah.
Yeah, people really
Nice.
like it. I think it resonates with people,
I
especially
think
during
so.
pandemic. Like, fuck, we're fine, but
Because I
we're
feel
not.
like I'm very grateful that mental health is very talked about more nowadays than it was before. And I feel like it has a lot to do with that. Like people are just, hiding their feelings behind those words. I'm
Yeah.
fine. I'm fine.
Yeah.
But you're dead and buried. It's like crazy.
Yeah.
It's so fucking dope. I just had to give props to that
Thank
design.
you.
It's so cool.
I know it's crazy. I get what you're saying though, because it's so genius. It says
Yeah.
all those things. It says all those things.
It
dude.
does.
Yeah.
It's a whole ass mood.
Yeah.
It's a simple
so
design,
simple.
but it's so deep.
Yeah.
We're gonna post the picture that I took of the pins in the recap.
Our favorite picture
In the
of our
recap.
pins that we use for merchandising.
We never
Hey.
took another photo. We're just like,
No.
let's use that one.
It's like an
It's
Instagram photo, and
Hey.
it's like the official.
I remember
photo.
taking that. I was at work and I took it.
Royalties.
I know, right? You are our managers
I know
now.
we've
Right?
just been
Excuse me.
shooting it the whole time.
I know, we're like,
screenshot.
She's like, you owe me so much money.
So much money. But I'd love to see that on different things. I think you said you have it on shirts.
Yeah, sure.
When does this
Beanies.
episode come out? Let's have our website.
I know,
ready by the
seriously.
time the website comes-
Thursday.
Thursday.
That'll-
This Thursday.
No.
That gives no.
Yeah, it's Thursday.
Oh, what is this Thursday?
Yeah, okay, so that gives us.
We're gonna have our website ready by this Thursday.
You have 2 hours.
It's up. It's up. You can buy things on there right now, but yeah, we'll fix it in time.
Yeah.
Just a couple of things we need to.
That's a fire under your ass, huh?
Yeah.
You see?
Um,
Well,
Okay,
Let's take a break.
Yeah.
okay. I miss my MIDI controller.
oh wait, so you write music?
I used to DJ.
What was your DJ name?
Chasing Dragons.
What kind of music did you?
I was in a duo. Like I like collaborations, obviously.
Well, I mean, you said you would DJ. Is that other people's music, or would you produce your own?
We
as well?
produced our own tracks as well, and then
Interesting.
That's sick.
Well,
fun.
what would you produce?
like
Sure.
we did house, dubstep.
That's sick.
Sounds great.
Maybe like the dubby stuff was more dark.
Okay,
yeah.
so you are musically inclined.
I
You
love
just
me a
said you
dark
weren't.
beat.
She's good at everything, honestly.
Lying ass.
Good at everything.
I just want to be Jessica Lange, but already washed up.
Because she asked you guys earlier that because you guys met through like kind of throwing like music events and stuff like that,
Yeah.
right? That's exactly what she did. Like that's how she got started, like doing everything and like
Hosting events.
hosting
Yeah.
events and
Me and-
producing events.
Tell us more.
Me and my two friends from high school, we started this event group called Rizzo. That's how that came about.
Oh.
We started throwing events, underground raves, and like when warehouses and stuff.
Yeah.
We started DJing, and it evolved from there.
Wait, how old are you?
34.
That's really young.
Yeah, we started doing it like 19. We weren't even old enough to do anything.
Fucking A.
And you threw underground raves.
Yeah, we would like rent a warehouse, rent buses, like shuttle buses, and then like find someone that'll lend us a piece of land, and have a parking lot. So we'd only give you the address to the parking lot, and then we would pick you up from the parking lot and take you to the venue, like meet map points and stuff like
That's
that.
so sick.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is that I try to do that as well. So we had a friend that lived in like past Riverside, right?
Me?
Riverside.
No, I can't remember what city exactly, but I remember that we're gonna host an event in her property. We called it the Getaway.
Ghetto way.
Yeah. No, well, it was just like, everyone that would party out here is like to go in that area. And we had all these DJs and like a big old stage. Like it was ready to happen. It was like we were trying to go for that too, underground rave shit.
Right.
But the city caught wind of it and the mayor came down to our friend's house. They were like, you can't host this many people. Yeah. So we ended up not being able to do it at her place. So we decided to have it in the desert in the middle of nowhere.
That's what's up.
Yeah, with
That's
like
what's up.
you had to have these like fucking coordinates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
so
what we were used to.
yeah, that was a crazy time.
What? You never told me about that. So should HazyChaos throw a rave? Host
Let's
a
do
rave?
it.
You know what? I feel like
HazyChaos,
Featuring
X.
Chasing Dragon?
the Rizzo, bring it back, right?
Look at
I never saw Chasing Dragons, so I would love to see them.
Me and
perform
Jeff?
a
Me
fucking
and
show.
Jeff,
Yeah,
DJ?
never seen you and Jeff do fucking.
and you know what?
dude.
If Kat
And I have all your guys' merch.
Yeah, I know. Cass wears our merch all the time. I have all this extra merch from back in the day.
So we asked you guys 2 questions that we've been asking every guest since season 2. You guys ready for question number 1? Doesn't matter who goes first.
All right.
Okay?
just don't go at the same time.
Yeah. If you can bring any celebrity back from the dead for a day, who would you choose and why?
Cass, you go first.
Alex said I can't say Whitney Houston, even though that's who I would want to bring back.
You could just leave her alone.
I know.
Let the queen
But, like,
rest.
if I-
Let's not bring
if
her
this was,
back.
like,
She just needs to sleep.
Okay, fine. Because it's not like if I could bring back Whitney, I could get rid of Bobby, right?
No,
Ah.
no, the poor lady. Leave her alone. That
Okay, so
queen.
my real answer is Young Dolph. It's for one. You said one day.
Yeah.
One day for a concert, so I could go to a Young Dolph concert.
You didn't get to go to a Young Dolph concert, and that's like your favorite rapper.
Yeah, he's my favorite rapper.
Oh.
Young Dolph is like he never got signed to a label. He's like self-made and
Okay.
everything, and he hired with his own homies and friends the whole time, like, and made his own money the whole time. And it's like has his own style and like is like a really like one of my favorite rappers. He's just my favorite rapper. He's sick as fuck. He has a deep voice and he's sick and he's from Memphis and he's hard and he's hood and he stood in the hood and he got killed in his hood, and it's a shame.
So, what's your favorite song? Number one.
Probably 150
Okay.
or 100 shots.
Okay.
When did
So-
he pass away?
Just a few months ago, like I think
Oh.
like in November. I miss him, dude.
R.I.P.
How about you?
A celebrity that I can bring back for a day. I mean, I don't know. To a lot of people, he might not be a celebrity, but he is to me. My friend Ash Reiser. If I could bring him back for a day, for sure, at least.
What would you guys do?
Oh man, I'd just hug his fat ass.
Oh.
I miss his laugh. Just kick it, smoke, talk shit like we always did. You know, he's a really talented singer, producer, musician. He was in a bunch of bands. He was our first resident DJ when we started throwing events. He blew up in the like EDM world, and then he was on like TDE. He's on Kendrick Lamar, like everything. If you ever heard the Ronald Reagan era, that intro, that's Ash. He's on Tip of a Butterfly. He won a Grammy for that. So he's really talented. Gone before his time, but if I could bring him back just to kick it and talk shit for one more day, that'd be really awesome.
I just get the feeling that he's always with you.
He fucking is, for sure. I think
yeah.
about him all the time. And it's funny because for a while, he's always one of those people that you're really close with, but he could be in and out. He knows so many people, literally a butterfly. And after he passed, I just started seeing butterflies everywhere, and it somehow felt connected to him. And then our other friends, when we linked up at the funeral, they were like, I just be seeing these butterflies, and it reminds me of him. I'm like, right?
Is there a specific color?
The monarchs, but I was just living in Hawaii at the time, and there was like the monarch season, but I just felt even before actually, like right around when he died here.
You've seen him in LA.
Yeah, I was seeing him in LA.
Yeah.
Even one day where I was like, damn, I didn't see a monarch today. And then I turned around and the building next to me was like all these giant sculptures of monarchs on the side of the building.
Wow.
And I was like, oh shit.
Synchronicities. Huh?
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, but yeah, he's for sure everywhere. He's got that energy. I don't think he'll ever leave this plane.
He's
I
with you
love
for
it.
sure.
Yeah. R.I.P. to Esh.
Thank you guys for your answers. That's
Yeah.
great. Let's go on to question number 2.
If you were on death row or on your deathbed, what would you choose as your last meal?
For some reason, yeah, my first thing I want to say is cheeseburger. But I feel like I want all those.
Mine.
I feel like I want all those meats that my dad used to cook. Like I want like carne asada because I'm vegetarian right now, so I'm just gonna eat all the meat that I miss. Like I'm gonna have some carne asada. I'm gonna have some.
She's been planning this.
We've heard that.
I
We've
want to
heard that
have
before.
some pot roast,
Oh.
and I want like Pepe's fries, Pepe's nachos
Pepe's
fries.
right here in West Covina. It's
Yeah.
my favorite.
Shout out to Pepe's on Azusa.
It's honestly like no hate to Pepe's, but that shit's not the best.
No,
But
it's
she
my
loves
favorite.
it. She
Everyone,
loves it.
No one understands it,
But
but
you know what? Every once in a while, I'm like, dude, let's go to West Covina and get Pepe's. It's just one of those things that hits randomly.
Yeah.
we should go tonight.
Okay.
Hey, we should go, dude.
Guys,
What?
do they have tahini though?
Oh shit! Again, thanks
I
to our
mean-
sponsor, Tahin.
But
Sponsor
wait,
them. Tahin.
anything else?
I think that's and a cheeseburger, like a really good cheeseburger.
What do you want on your cheeseburger?
Is it like a double cheeseburger?
No, I wouldn't go that crazy.
You said
Mustard, honey
you're
mustard.
forgetting the best thing. You did say a specific burger earlier.
I did.
Yeah, when we were reviewing
I
the
didn't. I
question.
never did say specific. Oh, I did. I forgot. I want the exact burger Alex had before when we went to like a Malibu fancy ass restaurant,
All
like
these
on
duck
the
and dive.
beach. She had a duck confit burger, and like I was vegetarian, and I was looking at it the whole time.
It was
like,
the best
what
thing
the
I've ever had.
fuck?
Let me tell you what it looked like and
Okay.
what was in it. So it was pan de sal bread. So it's a very specific type of bread that's made. And then it was the meat, like it was beef, but it was in a duck confit. So like confit is like when you soak meat in its own like fat and juices for a long time. Kind of like pickling, but it's like with its meat sauce. But it was with duck fat. And so like the beef is sitting in this duck fat forever. And
Oh
then
my
they cook it.
God.
And then it had duck breast bacon. Dude, this was delicious. And she wanted it so bad. She's a vegetarian. She didn't eat it. But now that's what she wants to eat if she dies.
Ah.
I still regret I didn't have it that day. Like, why was I vegetarian? It's dumb.
I'll show you guys a picture of it. I'll send it. You guys could post it. It's delicious.
Okay.
It looks
That
like it
sounds
sounds.
intense.
I still remember it to this day.
What are you gonna wash it down
What are you
with?
gonna wash it
Oh,
down
the
with?
drink section.
Is it an IPA? Is it a
Coke vanilla.
Vanilla Coke?
Vanilla Coke. Yes.
Coke vanilla?
If it pisses people off even more so, vanilla Coke.
You're dying, dude.
Coke vanilla. I've never had one of those.
Vanilla Coke
That sounds fine. Whatever you want.
What your heart
All right.
desires.
and water. It sounds like I need water with all that food. I don't know.
You're gonna
I know
die.
I'm dying, but I want water.
Dang.
No, I'm
Alex.
kidding.
Same question for you.
Last meal, definitely avocado bacon cheeseburger from Penny's in Highland Park.
Wow.
I love that place.
You were ready.
Hands down. My mom's tamales
Ooh.
from Christmas. My mom's birria. My sister-in-law's barbacoa.
Wow.
I want all those
Dude,
things.
shakies. I fucking love shakies.
I love shakies, but you know what? It's not the same. it's
Shakey's
not the
and
same as it
Mojos.
used to be.
You do love shakies. The way you feel about my Pepes is the way I feel about your
That's
shakies.
what a lot of people say, and I
'Cause
get
I'm
it.
like,
I like
it's
shakies.
not
I like
great.
shakies though.
It's
A
not.
lot of people don't, and I get that. I grew up with it.
Me
And I
too.
love it. It's
The one in
like
Pico Rivera.
me and my sister. I grew up with the one in El Monte. But yeah, it was delicious. It still is. In and out too.
Oh.
In and
In and out, but not the fries because they'll go bad real fast, and I won't have time to finish it with all that other food I'm eating.
I asked for my shit well done.
Same. That's the
Yeah.
way to do it.
Yeah.
Animal style, well done.
Dang. And what would you wash it all down with?
Ooh, definitely a Coke with crushed ice.
Coke vanilla?
No, fuck no. What kind of shit is that? The Mexican Coke
Oh shit.
and the botella de vidrio.
Wait, so you said your sister's birria?
My sister-in-law's barbacoa.
Well, who's making birria?
My mom.
Okay, does
Oh,
your mom
man.
And the
use
tamales too.
And the tamales.
does your
yeah.
mom use goat or beef?
It depends on who's eating it. My dad's from Jalisco, so we like goat. We like chivo. But if there's other people, we will go with the beef. Yeah.
Thank you guys for answering those questions. Now let's get into the spooky shit. I don't know who wants to go first, but we're ready when you're ready. They just look at each other.
Do you want to go first, or should I?
You have a good story. So
Do I? All right. I guess I'll start. So it's not a like a supernatural story. It's a possible, I don't know, intruder and story that happened to us. It was very freaky, to be quite honest. So a group of us went to Joshua Tree for someone's birthday, right? We rented an Airbnb, Joshua Tree being a desert here in California. It's empty. And it's like a thing now, right? Like there's all these Airbnbs, but it's really sparse out there. And like we drove down, we were following the GPS to get down to where we were staying, and it's like dirt road after dirt road after dirt road after dirt road. And to get to where we're staying, it's like the only house on this road. And so like you can see people driving in from far away. So when we first arrived, we had friends that were meeting us in, and like we could see them coming from a distance, you know, because it's like there's nothing out there. So you can really just are by yourself. And we just had a whole weekend. It was fine. And like on the last day, we kind of were all fucked up, and we're inside, and we were making food inside. And my friend's girlfriend was like laying in the front room, and there's like a big window that like kind of faces out towards the front yard. And then in front of the yard, there's a big like chain link fence. And she's just laying there, like kind of like not napping, but you know, a little drunk, just laying out. And I went in the room to talk to her and ask her if she wanted food or something. I can't remember the conversation. And then my really good friend that was like cooking came to the door frame as well, and we were talking to her. And we just see like I can only describe it like a flash on a camera twice. So like one big flash, and then seconds later another flash. So just like when you hit a trigger on a camera, you know, it just kind of goes. And it tripped me out because I was like, is somebody outside like taking a picture from the inside, like from the outside into the inside? Mm-hmm. And then so we tripped out, and we all started talking about it. And then I looked out the window because my girlfriends were like, there's obviously somebody that just accidentally turned on our driveway and is like reversing and going out. But like you can't like accidentally get to where we're staying. You know, it's like dirt roads and there's nothing around. Like there's like literally no other houses, nothing.
It sounds like a horror movie already.
Yeah, it really is. That's kind of Joshua Tree already, right? There's like an active serial killer there right now, and
what?
All these other people. Yeah, like it's like rumored, but like most people can agree there is. Like people are found missing, and or people are go missing and people are found dead there. There's like all these bodies, but there's also like
What?
Yeah, like Joshua Tree is crazy.
All nonchalant, huh?
Yeah, I just like assume everybody knows about Joshua Tree, right?
I didn't know that.
it's like a theory that there's a serial killer out there for sure.
It's like a commonplace theory because of the number of people that go missing, and then the bodies that are found, and like the number of people that go to the area, because like it's a haven for like you're trying to get away. You have a record, or there's something you're hiding.
I see that a lot with people up north.
Yeah,
too.
like Alaska, right? It's like that.
Well, not just that, but like in the like fucking the pot farms.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
like
like
up
that kind of
north,
shit.
like Arcata and like Humboldt. Those areas.
Humboldt, exactly. Yeah.
We had some experiences out there.
You went to Humboldt?
Yeah, we went up there for like a
finish
music
your story,
festival.
though.
Okay.
That's another story.
Okay.
But anyway,
I got excited.
right? You're like, oh, yeah. So they're like, oh, it's just somebody like turned on our driveway. I'm sure they're like their headlights, are like making a reflection inside or something. So we like look out the window and there's nothing. It's pitch black. So like we were like, even if somebody did come in and turn around and drove as fast as they could away,
you would see the taillights.
you would see them in the distance because we were literally the only thing. Because when people were coming, we could see them from far away, so you would be able to see them leaving. So my murderino ass immediately is like, "Oh, let's go check outside." I grab a big old like knife from the kitchen.
That's right.
My best friend, the guy that was cooking, he grabbed a knife too and a flashlight. And his sister, who's another murderino, Christina, you guys know her.
Oh, yeah.
She was like, yeah, let's go. And all her friends like, no, let's stay inside. Let's just close. If somebody's outside, it's better than we're inside. And I'm like, no, that's how you get trapped. That's a horror movie start. We're going to handle this. We go outside. So we walk around.
There's 2 types of people.
Right? And we did we'll be right back, right? And we walk outside and we're obviously like heightened and freaked. I was freaked out. Like every hair on my body is sticking up.
But were your senses like on high alert?
I feel like I could see in the dark at that point, you know?
Oh, shit.
We were just like on alert. And it's like one of those points where you're like drinking and then you're sober. You know, it just happens so fast. And we start looking around the premise. We're flashing the light and we're trying to look everywhere. And there's like a little garage. We look in the garage. We look behind our cars. There's 3 different cars parked in the house from our friends that are staying there. We look around the cars, underneath, nothing.
Inside the cars.
Everything. We flash the light. There's like a doughboy pool that was like an above ground pool that was there that we were hanging out with, and it had like a little like hut over it. We go in and around the pool looking, nothing. And I was like, well, I guess no one's out here. But my brother made a good point, my friend. He's like, well, like there's all these bushes, there's all these little hills, and like there could be here
Oh, yeah.
anywhere. Like it just looks like, you know, these little desert bushes everywhere, and they can hide somebody.
Yeah, that's true.
Dude.
And he's like, they're probably looking at us right now.
Yeah.
And we're dumbasses, like looking around. So we're like, okay, fine. We did our best. We go inside and we're like, okay, that was it. We couldn't find anybody. Let's lock everything up. Let's just go to bed. And then the next day, we're cleaning up to go home. Everybody's fine. We totally forgot about it. No big deal. And my 2 girlfriends, they're the first ones to leave. They start backing up. And we hear like a big giant crash. It sounded really loud. So we all run outside, and there was like a boulder, like a rock, like maybe like a foot long rock behind their car that they just reverse into. It's like a low Jetta. So like the bumper in the back of the car hit the boulder, and we're like, dude,
That wasn't there, obviously.
that was not there. And we looked just the night before, and that definitely wasn't there.
Whoa.
We're like, what the hell? This looks totally placed. And they're like, yeah, it obviously they stopped right away, but they're like, if we would have kept going, would have fucked up the car and not been able to leave. And it looked sort of as somebody dragged it because there's sand. But then again, we were walking and there's footprints of all of us, and we couldn't tell if there's like different footprints. We were just, we really couldn't make a judgment call, but we're like, obviously that wasn't there the night before. So they leave. My other friends leave. And then me and my friend are the last to leave. Lock everything up. I go to drive away, and I have a flat. And so I was like, okay, no big deal. We just drove. It's like a Honda that I was driving, a Civic. It's really low to the ground. I'm like, maybe we just drove over something. No big deal. Let's just go get it changed. My friend's like, let's put the donut on the car and we'll drive somewhere. Didn't think twice about it. We drove really, really, really slow. We got to this place finally. And we're like, oh, yeah, I think I got a nail in my tire or something. He's like, yeah, let me check your tire out. I'll repair it and put it back on. He comes back and he's like, dang, like, who did you cheat on? Like, who hates you? And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, there's no nail in your tire. It's like a big slash. It's like an inch long slash in your tire. He's like, it looks like a knife, like literally like an inch blade or an inch and a half blade. And he showed me the slit like in the tire. I was like, what the hell? He's like, yeah, you didn't drive over anything. That's, you know, somebody did that to your car.
Wow.
I just tripped out. So like had to buy a new tire, spend 3 hours of my life in Joshua Tree adjacent random town getting my, you know, situation fixed. But it was really creepy to think about that somebody was out there with the camera, or maybe it wasn't a flash. Maybe it was just a flashlight that they looked into the house with.
Yeah. Oh, like a quick, like, maybe.
Oh,
but
I
like,
see that.
I do photography. I take pictures. And so for me, that flash, it looked like a flash. Like whenever I have my flash on and it does that double flash, it was that consistency and the way it lit up the whole room, and then dark and then light again.
Oh my god!
For me, it was
it's
a camera.
a flashlight.
It's
like
a flash. Yeah.
yeah.
It's not like a flashlight that you put in. It's like, you know, it like illuminates the room and then it darkens and then again. And Rusana, like our friend's girlfriend, was laying there, and it was like, was he taking a picture of her?
Dude, that's probably
or
just
them
like
or whoever.
What would have been their reward or something.
Oh my God,
what
yeah.
would have been their trophy. But all of that adds up to like nothing good, dude.
Well, like the thing is that like
none of the
it's like meth county, you know what I mean? There's so many transients and like, you know, maybe this person like breaks into that place and hangs out there when there's no Airbnbers or something.
they meant to do harm to trap you guys all there.
But then again, the malice, you know, in the rock and the tire.
Your tire's being slashed.
I feel like they did it so we couldn't leave. Maybe they didn't know when we were gonna leave, and so they tried. I don't know.
I
don't
think
know.
like maybe you guys coming out like that
Stop
night,
them in their tracks.
maybe like threw them off like what kind of people you were.
Do you think that they might have put the rock and slashed the tire prior
to
to
when
the
you came
light
out?
situation?
Yeah.
Well, no, because we checked the cars and there wasn't anything like that. My tire wasn't flat and there was no boulder.
Dude, that's scary. Until this day, it's unexplained, right?
Yeah, unexplained. And then obviously like everyone tries to rationalize it. Like, oh, it could have just been this. It could have been that. Like our friends are like, maybe it was like somebody drove away and the other things are just coincidences. But what is that law?
What's up with
Like,
that fucking slash in the tire?
yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, it was
That sounds like a little, like a home invasion. Yeah.
Like if it was just one of each that happened, like I would like write it off. But all three of them happening on the same night is not good.
No, yeah.
yeah.
And the creepiest thing about it, because I feel like everybody in LA does a Joshua Tree weekend. You know, somebody rents an Airbnb and celebrates a birthday. And so I've been there before, but this one was just so far off and away, and there was just nobody around, to the point that you can see someone leaving or coming from a long ways, you know? Like, you're the only thing in that direction, and there's only one road to get where you are.
Dang.
Yeah. So it felt really creepy to think that somebody afoot was maybe already there. People
Watching.
out there.
Hills have eyes.
Oh, my
I convinced my sister for us not to go to Joshua Tree after that, dude. You freaked us out.
You know,
Damn,
no, I didn't tell
I've
you
been
that
wanting
story.
to go too.
Me too.
I don't want to go
Sure.
anymore.
Anyways, dude, that was fucking crazy. That gave me the chills.
Yeah.
I don't want to go anywhere. Literally. I don't know if you guys want to take turns or if you want to go to your next story. I know you have a lot.
Oh, no.
no.
Let Cass go.
Okay, let's do it.
She knows somebody that was next in line to be a Santeria priest.
Let's go.
Okay. Right?
Okay. Yeah. So, when we were in high school and stuff, we used to have reverse minimum days. Do you guys ever have that?
The what?
Reverse minimum day.
No, what's that?
So, like,
You know
instead of
what the hell?
getting out early, like at at 12 or whatever, we would go in at 10 a.m. instead of like 8 a.m. We would go in late.
Oh, wow.
So we used to have those at our school. And so, like, we would always have, like, different sessions, like, stoner sessions every morning at someone else's house. Whenever that would happen, like, we would go to someone's house and go have a big old group session, right? And one day we went to, like, my friend's house. And when we walked in, it was, like, a group of us. I don't know. It was, like, a pretty big crew. You know, you always roll deep back then with all your friends to go smoke, like, one blunt or something. Like,
1/18 of a gram, and everyone's in on that blunt.
And it's over in seconds, dude. But we went into my friend's house, and like right away, like I noticed like that there was like masks on the walls,
Oh, shit.
like wooden masks, and like some of them had like kind of like straw, like for hair and stuff, and like different like statues and like I don't want to say puppets, but I don't know, like little
Dolls?
like dolls, kind of like in different places.
Like
and-
they look like deities, or
I don't know. They didn't look like deities, but they look like they were made, like handmade, things, you know?
Oh shit. Voodoo?
Yeah, everything
dolls?
looked handmade.
Like voodoo dolls? Yeah.
Maybe a little bit, but not even so much that, like woodcraft too kind of things. You know, like kind of some dolls, like wooden dolls too, even. You know, but
Okay.
and like I don't know, like candles and stuff everywhere. But I think I noticed on the way out after we had our session and stuff like that, though. But that I also noticed that there was like plates on the floor, like with like rice on it, like in front of like a little. There was like altars and stuff. Like instead of like a fireplace, they just used it as an altar and like had like like a plate of rice on the floor for whatever. But I remember asking like one of my friends like what's up with this, and like and I noticed that like when we went into his room in the back that like because he had the sliding door in his bedroom to the outside, and I noticed that there was like chickens running around back there too, and I was like, okay, well, so what's up with his deal? Like when like he like left to go whatever, he was like, oh dude, like he my friend was telling me, he's like, oh, they do like Santeria here and shit, and yeah, like they use the chickens for sacrifice here.
Oh my god.
And that my friend is like actually like in training to like be like the next like priest, like one of the high priests in their family and stuff. So
The guy that you went to high school with?
yeah.
So did you ask him or anything? Like
No, not really. No, I never asked him about it.
no?
No, I didn't want to press it, to be honest.
What kind of guy was he? Like was he kind of
He was just my stoner friend. No, he was fun. Like we like smoked weed together all the time. And he was fun.
Do you still talk to him?
No, I think he ended up like just getting a girlfriend and getting her pregnant. Yeah, he's probably high priest now of Santeria.
what does that consist of?
I
don't
think
know.
it does entail of him having to be able to like make spiritual connections. I think
Like officiate stuff?
Yeah,
So he probably has to sacrifice the chickens?
he probably has to sacrifice his chickens himself. Yeah,
Do you think he was sacrificing chickens in high school?
Oh.
that's a good question. I never thought about him
I mean, he had
himself
the
doing
sliding
it.
door to the coop or something, right?
Yeah, he was the first one there, I guess. Actually,
Dang.
I never thought about that.
First on the scene.
First on the scene. No, but that's interesting. Like the way you explained the house and described it.
But I didn't like have like this creepy feeling or anything.
You didn't?
No. I mean, I should have. That's why I'm telling the story. I mean, it felt
No, it's
it felt like it was, I guess, controlled. You know what I mean? Like,
Was it because the house didn't seem witchy? Like it was a normal West Covina house with like...
no, it was dark. It was darker than usual, and it was like filled with a lot more things than other people's houses would be. But it was, yeah, I guess like a normal house, like seemingly type of thing. But also like I wasn't getting really spooky vibes there.
So
but
it didn't look like
things-
Carrie's mom's house?
I mean, kinda.
It did?
Yeah.
Is that the level of candles?
There was. It wasn't all over the house. It was one part of the house. It was
But it
like
looked
only in
like
the front.
that.
Yeah, but it was only on like the front and like the walls.
dang.
It's crazy.
That's interesting. It's interesting.
It is interesting.
I wish we had detail, like, you know,
Like what?
yeah.
But you know, from my understanding,
I'm pretty bad at my memory.
no, that
so-
you, like, I wish you asked him, even though that's kind of awkward.
Oh
Yeah, I do like
You
how
know
you
what I
handled
mean?
it. You were like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
That's what they're into.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
different. I would have been like, hey, what's going on?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
like the Santeria is like voodoo mixed with like Catholicism, right? Like
Ooh,
the
I don't
blend
know.
of
Is
that.
it?
From my understanding, I could be totally wrong. I could be canceled for this right now, but I like my understanding is that it's like the old voodoo culture, because like Afro Latino stuff, you know, we mix, and like anything, like Catholicism tries to take over any pagan like religion by changing the holidays and making them their own. So I think it's like a blend of both the cultures, from my understanding, but I could be wrong.
Makes sense.
Yeah, because I know they have like a lot of religious deities in their stuff, but also more like the old school
Yeah.
voodoo stuff. Or maybe you can have people. Do people write into your show?
Yeah.
Like, email you and
Uh-huh.
stuff? Like people that know about Santeria.
Oh, yeah.
Have like enlighten us.
I don't think I've ever met somebody that practices it or knows about it. Do you, Liz? No?
They're right around the corner from here.
I mean, we can go.
I used to work at a weed shop
I'll start
in Torrance, and next to the weed shop there was a Santeria place, and they're like a church or a meeting place. I don't know what they call it. They would all hang out there, and they're really nice. They'd come to the shop. A lot of candles. They did have animals though. They did have chickens and stuff. Something about like that spilling the blood is a way you connect to the other realm. But I could also be wrong about that.
Yeah, I mean,
But yeah. I would love to know more about Santeria.
if anybody listening knows more facts and information about it, please write us or comment on this episode. I'd love to hear about it.
I'd love to.
I'm very curious.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing that.
I should have asked more questions.
No. I mean,
It's very in my nature to not press things, though. I'm like, yeah, well, all right, that's that then.
that's good.
That
though.
is that.
You mind your business.
I-
Because one time I visited Jeffrey Dahmer's apartment, but that's not here nor there.
I didn't ask questions.
Sure, there was a head next to the ice, but what can a girl do?
But I
don't
just
kink
really
shame.
wanted some milk.
Oh shit!
Some milk? Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I just went for the milk and had to reach her on the head.
Oh, anyways.
I mean, I don't want to be rude.
I just asked for my drill back. Just kidding.
Oh no! Wait, didn't he have a neighbor that like used to make him sandwiches and stuff? She was like his best friend. Yeah, there's a lady that was like his neighbor, and they were good friends, and they would hang out, and she would make him food, and he would make them sandwiches.
No.
Yeah, dude, did he make the sandwiches with the same knives?
Ladies, do you have any more paranormal shit that you'd like to share with us?
Paranormal.
Or anything?
I just one.
Okay.
That's just stands out. It's short. When we were kids, we grew up. Basically, my grandfather passed away on my mom's side when I was like 1, I think. So we didn't really have him around, but we heard stories and relics of him and all this stuff. And from what we know is he wore this pair of boots. My grandma always tells a story that he would come in through the house, and they always knew when he was home because you can hear the boots like clacking down, like up the stairs of their house into their yard, up through the house. And when we were kids, I don't know how, my grandma has like a living room and then like a little tiny den next to the living room that they call the TV room. And it was tiny, and we all somehow would pile up and sleep there. All of us bundled up. There's like 15 cousins, Mexican family. I don't know how many of us. There's a lot. And one night we had all been like telling spooky stories, like you do in Mexico. And we went to bed, and out of nowhere you can hear like the gate kind of opening, but it almost sounded like rustling. And then I remember hearing it and then like looking around, and everybody's eyes were closed. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna lay back down.
Yeah.
And then when I laid back down, my cousin's like, do you hear that? And everybody's like, I hear it, hear it. So everyone's awake.
Oh, shit.
Hearing
They all faked it?
But everyone's faking it. Like, and then you hear the boots walking down, all the way. And then the front door opening.
Shut up.
And
I
then-
got the chills.
And we were just like, in my head, I'm like, dude, for some reason, when I was a kid, I was obsessed with getting kidnapped. Like, robachicos, in Spanish. Like,
Oh
I
my
thought
God.
I was for sure.
I've ever heard that name. It's so
I don't know if you know who Gloria Trevi is, but
Yes, I
was
do.
obsessed with her, and like she had a movie where there was like robachicos, and I was like, that's gonna happen to me. I'm gonna get kidnapped. Someone's gonna kidnap me as a child, and
Wait, she also had a thing though.
there's that's a whole other thing. She had like a cult that she
Was
was
it
in.
like a short thing?
The rip tights and the zapatos viejos and
Zapatos viejos.
Yeah.
That's the one. Anyway, continue, sorry.
but so we hear the door opening, and I'm freaking out, and I'm like, I'm getting kidnapped for sure. This is a kidnapping in Mexico. It's happening. We're all dying. And then we can hear the door open, but it doesn't open. Like the gate like the metal door opens, but the wooden door doesn't. And you don't hear it close either. And then you hear the steps inside the house, up to the kitchen, to my grandma's room.
Oh.
And they go away. And we all were like, Oh my God. And one of my cousins is brave enough to peep out and look at the door, and it was closed. And I looked at my grandma till this day. My grandma passed away, but till this day in the living room, there's these long blinds, and they never really fully close. You know, like the long old school 80s blinds that are like vertical, and you can see out in the street, and so you couldn't see like fully in or out, but you can definitely tell that nobody had opened the gate, that it was just a sound. And the next day we all could not stop talking about it. And my grandma goes, "Oh yeah, era tu abuelo. Siempre pasa. He always comes, he always says hi. It happens all the time."
Oh.
So it was less creepy that way.
Yeah.
But then anytime I ever slept at my grandma's house after that, I was like,
Did you ever hear it again?
I didn't. And it was only the day after we talked about all this like creepy stuff. And there always the other thing about like, if you see at night, there's like the death wagon, like the carreta de la muerte. So it's like the kind of like the
I haven't heard about that.
you know, like what do you call it? A hearse. But back in the day when they were like horse pulled.
Is that like what? Oh, like it makes me think of like the Black Plague and how they're just piling up bodies.
Sort
on
of
the
like
back
that,
of the cart.
but like it's like the carriage that takes the bodies to the funeral or whatever.
It's more like a hearse.
Like a hearse situation, but old. But if you see like a shadow of one with the horse and you don't actually see it, that means they're coming for you.
Oh shit.
And I swear that night we were talking about and we were picturing the freaking wagon passing by,
Yeah.
and then that thing happened with my grandpa. But that was like my most supernatural thing that I can.
That's
That
creepy.
isn't like.
But it's comforting at the same time.
It is, and it was like I wasn't the only one that experienced it.
Yeah.
You know how that happens, or you're like, it was me and you, and that's it. Like two people, or
Yeah.
you're just yourself, and you're just like, did we qualify each other? Did we both?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But when it's like 15 Mexican cousins in a living room, and you're all feeling the same thing.
Actually, you know what? There's this one story that Kat and I haven't been able to talk about yet, or we haven't brought it up. So for Kat's birthday, we went to Big Bear, and we were laying in bed, and then all of a sudden we hear like these footsteps coming into the room, and I'm thinking,
walking up to the door.
yeah, and it's not just like regular footsteps or you just hear. Okay, so we're in an Airbnb.
We thought it was like the owner or something.
Yeah.
You know what I
right.
mean?
So we're sleeping, and we just hear.
Slow though. Walking up to the door.
And I
Like
wake
a
up,
bear.
And you hear it get closer and
Yeah.
closer
And-
until they stopped at our door.
so I'm like, excuse me. It's just quiet. But then we hear footsteps upstairs.
We heard like, yeah, oh my God. It was so scary. At that point, we both shot up out of bed and we were like, fuck this. Like, we need to get out of here. And she got up, you got up, and she got all brave and was like, I'm going to go fucking check it out.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, go, you go, you know, and she went and she got a knife and everything. She gets all like,
That's me. Yeah.
she gets brave as fuck.
You know what? It's like confront it. Like
Yeah, she
Yeah.
did.
No, well,
I
at this
don't want to
point-
be surrounded. You know, I'd
Yeah.
rather see what it is.
Mm-hmm.
No, so I get out of bed and I'm ready to go. I have a weapon and
Weaponize yourself.
you know, so I go out and I go straight towards the front of the house where there's a window. So I can see a clear view of the front porch and I can see if somebody's parked there. Right. So I go look outside to see if anybody came through. Nobody came through. There was no car, nothing. We hear footsteps upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
And my ballsy ass fucking goes up the stairs. And there's nothing up there.
So what do? We packed up.
We packed the fuck up and we left. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
No, but even the night that we got there,
Dude.
remember? Okay, so Big Bear, they don't have well-lit streets.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's
black.
pitch black.
Yeah.
Fucking
Pitch
pitch black.
black. Yeah.
Okay.
If you don't like, most people put their own lights like outside. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
Yeah. There's no like
sidewalks.
city. Yeah.
No, of course.
Bro.
It's just the woods.
So we show up
Oh,
and we
man.
park it right in front of the Airbnb.
Cabin.
And then the cabin. So then we have the lights on, you know,
The headlights, because it was so dark. We couldn't even see like the cabin.
Exactly. So we leave the headlights on so we can take all of our shit in there, right? Because we have a couple of bags. We're staying there for like 4 days or whatever. So we're taking everything out.
And we're in the living room.
We're in the living room. We're like, oh, it's kind of weird, right?
Eerie's fucking that cabin.
Dude, the lights turn off.
Oh no.
My headlights turned off. And mind you, they're not automatic. You
don't
need
just
to
turn off.
you need to twist it to turn it off.
Oh no.
Okay? And we looked at it, we were like, what the fuck?
So right away, my ass goes outside.
She
like,
runs
what
out.
the fuck? Who's out here?
She runs out and she starts looking in the car, looking in the back seat, everything. And we're like, what the heck? And I thought, okay, is my car automatic? Like, are the headlights, do they turn off by themselves after a certain time? But it wasn't even like a long time, you know?
It wasn't.
And so we were like, all right, don't think about it. Just fucking get everything out. Let's
It
go
felt like
inside.
The Strangers.
Dude, so yeah. You guys have seen The Strangers, yes?
Yeah.
Home Invasion.
Change is so scary.
Yeah,
that's a good
that's
one.
what we thought about.
So we went into the car. We got all of our shit out really
that was the
fucking
first
quickly.
encounter, and then we heard footsteps and all that stuff. But that poor little cabin was so
You
haunted.
guys seem like you're haunted.
Nope.
You guys keep getting
What?
followed. Like, you guys have a lot of ghost stories.
I mean,
You know, I feel like a lot of ghosts or spirits want to communicate and express themselves. And maybe because we're at this level where they feel like they can do that through us.
I
So
don't know. Maybe she said we're haunted. I think maybe
Necesitan una limpieza.
maybe we are haunted.
An
Look, Cassie's scared.
Yeah, a little bit. I don't want to leave with a ghost now.
No, you're not going
It's
to.
just like Disneyland with the doom buggy.
No.
I got rid of one.
Her building, like, I mean, all of downtown is historic, right? So it's like old buildings.
Don't tell me we're scared.
No, but like my building is like across the street from the first Ralph's that ever existed.
Mm-hmm.
And like my building was built and rebuilt and like all these things. Her building is an old bank. So there's vaults and stuff in there.
Oh.
And like the elevators are kind of creepy.
Ooh.
at least it's not an insane asylum.
I try to look more
Well,
stuff
it's
up.
literally across the street from fucking where the Night Stalker stood.
Oh yeah, the Cecil is around the
the
corner
Cecil.
from us. The Cecil, it's been closed. They're
Yeah.
opening
They
it back
renamed
up.
it
Oh,
or
yeah,
something.
right.
It's been stay on Main for a while,
They want
but then they shut that down.
Thank you guys for making time for us. We know you guys are busy.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks for
Thank
having
you,
us.
thank you
Yeah.
a lot for having us. I appreciate you
Oh,
guys.
Yeah, for sure. And anybody tuning in, thank you for listening. Tune in next Thursday for some more
Scary stories and chisme.
This episode of Scary Encounters is brought to you by
Anchor, podcasting made easy. Anchor.fm.
Mortis Vivendi, the last authentic music brand dedicated to helping musicians and promoting music. MortisVivendi.com.
HJ Tidy, Night Terror Publishing. Step into the bizarre world of HJ Tidy, who is committed to introducing his readers to some of the most unusual, darker variety of true stories. NightTerrorPub.com.
Sayasha Gianna, cosmic shaman, psychic medium, multidimensional healer, animal whisperer, teacher of empaths, healers, and starseeds. Are your encounters hitting too close to home? Contact Sayasha Gianna. Patreon.com/Sayasha.
Voided, spooky artist who offers hand-painted, one-of-a-kind items, spooky pins, prints, stickers, and more. Lost in a void of what is dead. Voided.com.